When Roy said that, my hands went up. My hands went up. I was like, bada bang, bada boom. Joe, I've been looking for this girl. I've been wanting to talk to her. Legs already sent me off, you know what I'm saying? Didn't even give me the right number. Gave me somebody else's number. Like, how dare you, Steven? So it was like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, I gotta go in there. I'm going in. I'm going in. So I gets in there and I leave the porch. Marky is like behind me. He like, wait. I'm talking about, I'm anxious. He like, wait. I get in there. I'm by the door. So I'm like, I got the 3D eyes. I'm looking, scoping the place out, trying to see, do I see her? So I'm like, it's about at the time like 13, 14 people. It was like a real small, like, just get together. People were smoking, drinking, having shots. They looked way much so older than, me, Marky, Roy. Like, they looked it grown. So I'm just looking, right? Like, oh, see her. So Marky like, you see her? I'm like, no, but I'm like, maybe I'm so anxious or so frantic that I'm overlooking her, right? So I'm like, Marky, do you see it? Marky looked at me and said, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot how the way she looked. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, I wasn't really looking at her like that. I'm like, you forgot the way she looked? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh. So I'm looking. I'm like, I don't see her. So I see Roy. I'm like, Roy. So I go over there to Roy and he like, what's up? I'm like, hey, I thought the girl was here. Now in my mind playing tricks on me because I'm like, maybe he just said that because he knew I was looking for the girl just to get me amped up and get inside the party faster, right? So he was like, she just was up over there, you know what I'm saying, in the corner having shots. So I'm like, well, ain't nobody in the corner. I'm like, was she really here? He like, yeah, why would I lie to you? He like, I'm telling you, she's here. He like, hold on, let me check downstairs in the basement. So he go checks in the basement. So I'm just standing there still scoping the place out. Still scoping the place out. I'm hoping he ain't playing with me. So he comes up, he like, nobody in the bathroom, he like, nobody's down there. So he like, well, I told everybody they was not allowed to go upstairs. He like, so let me go upstairs. So he go upstairs. He come back down. He like, nobody's upstairs. He like, she was just here with some girls. And I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, I ain't tripping on it. He like, you tripping on it. So he like, here, you want a shot? So Marky like, I do. So Marky took the shot. He like, here, you want one? I'm like, no, I'm good. He like, you don't want a shot? I'm like, no, I don't want a shot. So he like, I got some smoke. So Marky like, I was just finna ask you that. He like, what you got? He like, I got some Afghanistan. He like, oh, he like, I want to hit that. He like, can I hit it? So he like, yeah. So he like, yeah, I want to go out in the back. Now it was a lot of people smoking in the inside. So he like, let's go outside the back. He like, they probably out there smoking. He like, cause legs out there. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we go out in the back. We don't see them. So boom, we smoking and I'm like, yo, I don't want to hit it. And so Marky like, why not? I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, mama said we shouldn't smoke or drink. He like, oh, you want to listen to mama? I'm like, yeah. So I took the blunt, boom, and I passed it. So Roy like, so wait. I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. So your mom gonna call my phone? I'm like, yeah. He like, why? I'm like, because I guess she wanna really believe or know that I'm at the place that I said I'm gonna be at. He like, so why she just won't call your phone? I'm like, that's the beauty of it. If I tell her I'm with someone, she want their number, just in case if anything happened or something like that. He like, yeah, your mama is crazy. I'm like, I think she's smart because if something would happen while I'm gone, she got a name, number, address. He like, yeah, but that's some overprotected. Like she don't let you live a little. She got you on a leash, like, you know what I'm saying? He just talking. So Marky like, our mom don't got us on no leash. She like, she kind of do. Y'all can't even go outside. He like, my mom never did that. So Marky like, well, maybe your mom never loved you. I'm like, hey, he like, hey, my mom loved me. He like, my mom always loved me. He like, my mom just looked out for me and just bought me some shoes. He like, she let me hear. And so Marky like, it's not about buying stuff. So I guess that must have struck the nerve for Marky. But I'm like, hey, I don't want this to escalate. I don't want this to get no bigger than what it's supposed to be. Like, all right. So I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm like, let's go inside and go check. So we go inside, clear as day. She right there by the door now, by the front door. And her legs, these girls, they over there, they having shots. And I'm like, there she go. Roy like, see, told you. I'm like, I'm going over there. So as I'm walking over there, legs spots me as I'm in the midst of walking. I ain't nowhere near there yet, but I'm walking. I'm almost there. I'm almost some steps away. Legs approach me. She didn't have a mean face or nothing. She approached me and she like, I'm like, oh girl, what? What are you doing here? I'm like, Roy invited me and Marky. For? I'm like, it's a smoke. I'm like, what, you got a problem that I'm here? Cause you want to go talk to my friend, right? I'm like, why are you doing that? She like, because I don't understand, like, why you so obsessed with my friend? I'm like, I'm not obsessed with your friend. What? What? She like, so you want to do her like you did me? I'm like, you did Beth. Roy, like, who else? Like, you got, like, you on my list. You on the hit list. Like, you on my hit list. Like, everybody that I'm cool with got a piece of you. You even let Beth get a piece of you in the bathroom. So I'm sitting up there, I'm like, look, if you want to, I could just go tell Roy that you really don't like him. So Marky like, what's going on? I'm like, she don't want me at the party. She want me gone. So I'm like, I can leave. I say, so don't even worry. I say, and our time probably up anyway. So Marky like, nah, we still got time. I'm like, nah, we just gonna leave. So I went up over there to Roy. She like, Rody Doty. I'm like, no. It's because she like, Roshan. I'm like, no, it's cool. The music steady wanging, right? So I go over there. I'm like, hey, Roy, I'm finna go. He like, you just got here. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, legs don't want us here. And I'm like, I ain't gonna be somewhere that somebody don't want me to be at. So he like, no. He like, this ain't her crib. I'm like, no. I'm like, but that's your girl. I don't want to start no problems. She was mad that you invited. He like, I don't gotta ask nobody. Can I invite somebody to, what? My people's crib? No. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go. I'm like, I appreciate you, bro. Boom, I shake him. He like, no. He like, let's go on the porch real quick. We go on the porch. He like, look, I got another, you know what I'm saying? He had another one, but this joint is like, he had almost like 8, 9 papers wrapped on it. Like, it was fat. So he like, look, you should stay, man, because they supposed to do a little dance. I'm like, nah. He like, yo, you can get to see some free, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm good. He like, yeah, hit this. I'm like, no, I'm straight. I'm like, here, Marky. Marky hitting it. He like, you got the Visine. You got the Visine. I'm like, I got Visine. Don't worry. So he hitting it, going crazy. So he like, man, I think I had too many shots. Marky saying he think he had too many shots. I'm like, do you feel you got to throw up? He like, nah, I feel like I'm just super hungry. I'm like, nah, that's just now the loud started to activate. The loudest starting to activate. Yeah, you hungry. So Marky like, we could just stop and get something to eat. Now, mind you, we got the rib spot and we got that little spot that Roy used to be at serving. Whereas like you can go in there and get some chips and cheese and meat. You know what I'm saying? You can get some chips, something fast, but you can eat it along the way. Like you can get some chili cheese fries. You know what I'm saying? All that, some chicken tenders. You know, it was like almost like that one shop. Right? It was a grocery store, but they had the good stuff in the back. Like, hey, let me get some chips, cheese, and meat. You know what I'm saying? You grab your chips, whatever chips you want, get cheese and meat. You can get like little deli back there, like all type of stuff. So he like, man, I just need to eat. So we're like, y'all don't leave. He like, I can order some wings and pizza. He like, I can order some food. He like, I was gonna order some anyway. So I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, I ain't got time to deal with this. I'm like, she phony. I'm done with her. He like, all right, so he passed him again. He like, come on, man, you ain't had no shot. You ain't smoked nothing. He like, at least hit it one time. I'm like, I'll have a shot. I did not want to smoke. I was legit scared that my mama wanted to pull out that drug. I don't want to go in smelling like bud. And I didn't want to be involved in that. Like, I just was, and I was low-key blown. I was upset. After that legs approached me, I was very much so upset, heated. Boom, he goes in there and he gives me a shot. So boom, I take one. He like, now you gotta go in there and get your own shot. I'm like, where is it? He like, it's in the kitchen. He like, they all shot it up. I'm like, I'm gonna pull my own shot. He like, all right, because my mama always taught me, always take your drink in the bathroom with you if you with a lot of people. If you leave your drink out there, and never come back to it, because somebody could have put something in there and changed your whole entire life. And nobody gonna not slip a Mickey in my drink. So boom, I end up going in there straight up, pouring me something. So legs coming in. She like, I thought you was gone. I'm like, and I walked off, right? Boom, I goes on the porch. So I'm like, I got a question for you. He like, hold on, wait, my phone ringing. He like, hey, this your house phone. I'm like, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. So he pick it up. He like, hello? And so my mama say whatever. He passed me the phone. I'm like, hey, Ma. She like, okay, just checking. She like, yeah, I got 45 minutes. I'm like, yeah, we finna be on the way right now, though. She like, okay, the sooner the better. Hurry up. So I hangs up. I'm like, thanks. He like, dang, did she even call your phone? I'm like, no, my mom is, she just built different. She hit from another cloth. So I go on ahead, take another shot. I say, I got a question to ask you. He like, what's up? I'm like, you really like legs? He like, man, she gives some good, you know what I'm saying, sloppy toppy. He like, huh, ain't on nothing this week. He like, but her head game, whoa. So Marky like, it's good. He like, oh my gosh. He like, slurpy. So I'm just sitting there like, dang, she out there passing out free head. That's what you probably up in there did the bell. So I'm like, all right, and I ain't had no hard feelings. I'm like, all right, I'm finna make sure Marky eat. So I'm like, Marky, what you want? He like, let's go to the real place. I'm like, the what? He like, let's go to the real place. I did not want to go to the, I did not want to go to the real place. I didn't want to go to the real place at all. So I'm like, I'm playing it cool. I'm like, all right. So as we walking down the stairs, the stripper girl comes and she like, oh, so you leaving already? So I turn around. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, legs didn't want me here. She like, oh, you smiling? So we're like, hey, I'm gonna go in the inside. I'm like, all right, for sure. So Marky like, I'm gonna stand right here. I'm like, nah. I'm like, walk down the block. He like, no, I'm like, walk down the block. Cause she was coming down the stairs, coming out the gate. And so he like, man, you better tell me anything. And he walked off. So she come up close to me. And I mean, when she come up close, she right here. So I'm like, she like, what, my breath stink? I'm like, no. I'm like, why you so close? She like, why you leaving? I'm like, yeah, your friend legs don't want me. And I'm like, y'all got a show, huh? You finna show your little body off? She like, I don't have to. I can go with you. I'm like, go with me. She like, yeah, I have to anyway. I'm like, why? She like, you remember when I came to your house? I'm like, yeah, like, why did you come? She was like, because I left my phone there. And I'm like, what? She like, yeah, I left my phone. And I think it's somewhere like by the couch or maybe in the kitchen. Or I could have left it by the patio. I don't know where I left it. I'm like, by the patio. She like, yeah, when we went out. I'm like, I don't remember nobody being by the patio. She like, I made a phone call. I left out the back door. Y'all got a patio back there. I'm like, nah, but I got your phone. You left it in the couch. And I'm like, I happen to just be cleaning the couch and stuff like that and bump into it. So she like, I need the phone. You got it with you? I'm like, no, it's at my house. I'm like, but I was trying to call you and legs gave me the wrong number. Oh, she told me. I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay. I'm like, tomorrow I go to school. Maybe you can meet me at my bus stop. She like, okay. I'm like, all right. She like, that's it? I'm like, what you mean? She like, you just gonna walk away? I'm like, what you want me to do? She like, can I walk with you? I'm like, if you want to, right? So she's walking with me. So Mark like, finally I'm hungry. So we goes to the real place. She like, is this place good? I'm like, yeah, I used to work here. We gets there. We see Dave. You see Kiki. She's look like she's pulling an all day shift. So I'm shocked because it's a little late. Like, why is she still here? You know what I'm saying? But when I looked, I'm like, she's like an hour. She's been there an extra hour. Normally she would have been gone, but she's there an extra hour. So I'm like, she's still here. So she sees me, and she looks. She like. So she tells somebody to come take my order. So this other girl come takes the order. So Marky ordered his food. So I'm like, hey, let me get 3 wings. Put some barbecue sauce on it. I'm like, you want something? She like, yeah, same thing you having. I'm like, all right, so same thing, boom. I pay for it or whatever. We get our food. We walk out with the food. So Marky like, where we gonna eat this at? So Marky's so lit. He like, man, I can sit right here. He wanted to sit on the ground on the sidewalk in front of these people's houses and eat the food. I'm like, nah, bro, let's just take it home. He like, bro, I'm wasted. So I bust open his bag, right? And I broke his wings up. And he had little tips. He had a whole little combo. So boom, he eating it while walking. I'm talking about sauce all on his mouth. I'm like, Marky. I'm like, so they like, man, I'm so hungry. So he finally ate, and he, you know what I'm saying, he was good. And we're walking halfway to my crib, but we walking slow. So I tell the girl, like, you ain't gonna be able to come to my house. She like, that's fine. Like, meet me here tomorrow. She like, what time? I'm like, I'm gonna leave out the house early. So 6:30 is okay? She like, in the morning? I'm like, yeah, in the morning. She like, okay. I'm like, enjoy your dance. She like, maybe. And she walk off, and I'm like, I wanted to hug her. I wanted to kiss her. I wanted something. And she didn't even, why she didn't kiss me? Why she didn't hug me? So we finish walking, and as we get close to the house, I'm like, Marky, are you okay? He like, where's the Visine? So he get the Visine. I'm like, let me smell your breath. So like, oh, I'm like, okay. It smelled like barbecue. It smelled like barbecue. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna get, cause I didn't eat mine. I'm like, I'm gonna get this to Caleb, which was just wings and some fries. He'll still eat that. So boom, I get inside the house. My mom, you hear the jacuzzi. She like, who is that? I'm like, that's us. I'm like, I got Caleb something to eat. She like, what? I'm like, I got Caleb something. What? My mom, she was the type that she would say what because she wants you to come all the way upstairs. Don't yell at her. Come talk to her. So Marky like, I'm going straight to my room. He dips. So I go in there because I'm sober. I only had just those 2 little shots. So I go in the bathroom like, Mom, I got Caleb some chicken and some fries. She like, from where? I'm like, oh, from the barbecue spot. She like, you went to the barbecue spot? I'm like, yeah, Marky was hungry. She like, oh, you should have got him ribs, but he liked the chicken. So I go give him the chicken. He stoked, he happy. So my mama like, you just in time, do my bag. I did her bag, boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna go to school a little early. She like, how's everything at the school? That was the perfect time to tell my mama about the teacher. But I feel like, hey, you know what? I got this. So I'm like, everything is going good. I'm like, we did a project yesterday, so I got to be ready to help, the team present it tomorrow. I'm like, it's a big part of the grade. So she was like, okay, well, I'm glad you're enjoying. I'm like, Ma, can I stay at Marky's school? She was like, if you promise to keep doing good, I won't put you in another school and you can stay there at Marky's school. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm going to go lay down. She like, no, you're not. You're going to shower. I'm like, well, Mama, I shower. No, you're not. You're going to shower again. So I'm like, all right. So boom, she gets done. I end up showering. I lays down. I hear. So I'm like, who is it? It's me, Marky. Unlock the door. I got the door locked. I keep the door locked. So I unlock the door. He like, hey, what the girl say? I'm like, you nosy. I'm like, none, that's her phone. And I'm going to leave early in the morning. He like, why? I'm like, to give her a phone. He like, you going straight to the school? He like, because I can have my guys and we can all smoke. I'm like, nah, I'm going straight to the school. I'm like, I want to talk to the teacher straight up. He like, for what? I'm like, nah, because I don't want to feel uncomfortable in his class. And I know that I need that period to pass, right? So he like, all right, well, I'm staying home until it's time then. All right, cool. So boom, I set my alarm. I get up, I shower again. I snatch the phone. I take the phone. I get dressed. My mom like, you up early? I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I told you I'm going to school a little early. She like, oh, okay. She like, be safe. She like, if you need anything, call me. Don't hesitate. Boom. I end up, I dip. So I'm there, I'm waiting on the bus, right? So the first bus, shoo. I'm like, okay, I drew at 6:30. I'm looking at the time like, what is going on? Where are you? So I'm like, all right, I done missed 3 buses. And I tell you what bus stop I'm be at. Now here come Marky. Marky like, you still there? I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting on her. All of a sudden I see her walking down. I'm like, sorry, I run across the street like, yo, she like, I'm sorry I overslept. I'm like, here. She like, wait, let me see your phone. So I get her my phone and she put her number in there. She like, when you done with school, call me. I'm like, I bet. So I'm like, go change your clothes, right? I was being funny. I said, go change your clothes. She like, I'm on my way home now. So boom, I goes across the street. Marky like, come on, here come the bus. We gets on the bus. I get there. I don't even go to breakfast. I get there. I go straight to my 4th period. And I'm standing in front of the door, right? Now, I'm waiting on the teacher because his class is open, the lights is on and all that, but I don't see him. So he could have went to, the teachers where they be over there eating in the office and all that. He could have went up over there in their little side area. So I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. And boom, here he come. You see him walking down the hall. So he see me and he didn't even acknowledge me. He walks right in. So I'm like, excuse me, can I talk to you? He like, is this your period? I'm like, no. He like, I have a class that's coming in the next 15 minutes. I said, can I just get 3 minutes, please? He like, sure, I'm listening. I'm like, I don't want to fail your class. He like, well, just do the work. I'm like, I am going to do the work, but I'm like, I felt embarrassed because you was trying to put me on the girl's side. He like, don't worry. He like, I made sure that I reported that to the principal. The principal talked to me. I did see your paperwork and I do understand. I apologize about that, but whoever that young gentleman was very disrespectful. I say, but you was also disrespectful too because you didn't take my word. He say, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are you going to come here and keep coming to my class, or are you going to remove yourself from my class? I'm like, I want to keep coming to the class, right? So he like, we're going to start over. I'll see you later today. Boom. He shooed me out. It was like he chewed it up and he shooed me out. So I go on here, boom. I goes and I leave. Bing, the first period. I have a good time, right? Boom, the second period. I see Dorothy. Now, I'm kind of like, I'm overwhelmed with her. So she comes, I'll sit down. She comes and she sits on my lap. I'm like, move. Now, she only on the side of my lap. I'm like, move. So the teacher turned around because the teacher was right on the board. So the teacher like, Dorothy, she like, mini me, little tiny bee or something like that. She would call me like mini me, tiny bee, like, because I was like, I didn't have no weight for real. Like, I had muscles, but I ain't had no weight. I was like, shoop, slim. So she like, this is my seat for today. And so the teacher said, Dorothy, it's a couple of more extra seats. Just get the desk. No, I want to sit right here. I'm like, you're not sitting right here. She said, oh, well, you not either. And she grabbed the desk trying to remove me from the desk. So the teacher comes over there and grab her. She like, please don't touch me.